Welcome to episode 5 in Discovery Health's digital wellbeing video series, the 10-part series that's designed with the whole family in mind. Parents and caregivers need to know how to manage the serious risks to a child's mental and physical safety that exist online, and to teach their kids to do the same. I'll be empowering you on all you need to know on this front in each of our 10 videos. Today, we are talking about screen time, and we'll hear from occupational therapist and child developmental expert Meg Fora. Our digital devices and the screens through which we engage with them are a ubiquitous element of life, and one that is here to stay. When it comes to children and their time on screens, two things are important to monitor: what they watch and how much they watch. A child's age and what they use their devices for are some of the elements we might consider in deciding on a healthy amount of screen time. For kids, screen time can be classified as either educational or entertaining. Educational screen time serves a functional purpose, whereas entertaining screen time is simply meant to be fun. Screen time that combines the fun with the functional is a win-win. Examples include games like Minecraft, brain games, word puzzles, and coding. However, spending too much time in front of a screen means missing out on other real-life activities and experiences which are critical for your child's healthy development towards becoming a fully functioning adult. We discussed boundary setting in episode 3 of this video series and stressed the importance of setting limits around a child's use of digital devices. In the same vein, it is important to show our children the value and joy of time spent off their screens and to empower them to experience this firsthand. Let's hear Meg's take on why offline play and socialization are so crucial for developing brains.
Two key things in brain development in early infancy that are absolutely pivotal and that actually inform our decision makings around technology. And the one is sensory information and the other one is social engagement. So the reason that we're so anti-technology for developing brains is because of the sensory side of it. There's absolutely nothing going on a sensory level other than visual in terms of technology. So that's why we're so rigid on it. But let's have a look at the social. So the human baby's brain is wired through social interaction in the first year. And that's, by and large, when you're putting a child down in front of TV or to look at an app on a phone, there's no social engagement. But the minute you bring in this FaceTime element, you're bringing in a social element. So that's why when I say curate the content, under the age of 3, try to make the focus social if you are going to use technology. And when you're doing that, curating the content, curbing the time, you'll start to get it right for your little one. Even with your older children, it's the same concept of curb the time and curate the content. Your older child, in terms of curbing the time, they can't be on their devices for 2 hours of the day because a child needs a lot of physical engagement to actually thrive. And this is not just, and there are a number of different repercussions. So one is your attention span is impacted. So ADHD. Second thing is your mood. And we see it with our kids. We leave them on a device for an hour, even if it's watching TV, and then we try and get them off it. And what ends up happening is that they become fractious and irritable, and for teenagers, depressed. And so you end up with this scenario where it's impacting on attention, it's impacting on mood, also what they're seeing and what they're actually taking in. And this brings us back around to curate the content. What they're seeing on those devices is a real problem as well. So they start to model themselves on what the YouTuber does, or they start to model themselves on what the animation does, even worse, because animation's not real. The concept of curb the time, curate the content is exactly the same as you get older.
The content that our children engage with on their devices has a direct impact on their physical and emotional development, values, and life choices. So here are our top tips for being more conscious about your family's screen time. Number 1, set up a digital family alliance to agree on how, when, and where screens are used in your family. 2, use apps like Screen Time for iPhones and Google Family Link for Android to help monitor how long your family spends on each of their devices. 3, install good parental controls and filters on devices to alert you to potential issues including screen time usage, access to inappropriate apps, cyberbullying, stranger contact, and more. Visit the Discovery Health Mental Health Information Hub on the link below to access resources and support to empower you and your family on your digital parenting journey.